Man, whoever is the voice of Alexander, he does a phenomenal job. Wow, this looks like a creepy cellar I would have built in a Minecraft house. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, yeah, my screen was getting all wavy there. Let's get some lights going on. Okay. I don't like that. The light coming through the windows should be enough, but I don't know. The noises that the game is making me think that I'm never in enough light. Damascus Rose. Someone is talking. I'm gonna light a torch. Do we have any documents in here? Lamp oil. That's always a nice thing to see. Here we go. That's something glowing. Okay, so this is one of the notes. There's a lot of these that don't actually have any voice acting, so I'm just going to redo it myself. Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Okay, so there was some sort of fume buildup, I guess, and he had to move a lot of his ingredients that got damaged to the wine cellar, which, good thing we saw the killer Veneria, so we know where that is. This is like a sewer grate or something, with surprisingly large openings. I would probably be able to step through at least multiple openings in that, but something was rippling in the water down there. Well, so long as it's down there and we're up here. Oh! Another flashback.
There should be more cupric. Let me see.
Chemistry pot.
And 1 part aquafortis.
Aquafortis. More cuprite, 1 part aquafortis. Oh, wow, that's funny. It almost reminds me of wow, tinderbox hidden in the fire. That reminds me of Blackmore Manor. The alchemy puzzle with Aqua Regia and Aquafortis. That's funny. Can we... Okay, we can open up all these different things in the desk. What is this? Okay. Tripping out again. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. What was that? Wait, that wasn't even a cutscene. I was just able to press A whenever I was ready to exit that. And I can go back into it? What is this thing? I'm back down to a slight headache, of course. Okay, what about these drawers? No. It's in your box. Okay, and then there was this piece of paper here. Early alchemy experiment. This is my 3rd attempt to produce artificial vitae, or vitae, depending if you're classical or ecclesiastic Latin. The former compounds lacked the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aquafortis, and hope it will produce a more even solution. So I guess this Alexander was like an alchemist. The experiment was unsuccessful. Well, not a very good alchemist. The solution is highly acid, and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violent to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Okay, so if you can't tell, yes, we are going to be making acid, I suppose, or something. What's this over here? Okay, yeah, 4 different chemicals are needed to continue. So what we're going to be doing is, yeah, I guess we go to the wine cellar now, and we are going to try to find a bunch of different chemical ingredients to try to create this pseudo-acid to break open this business and melt through the red stuff, the weird gunky spider web in the doorway. Hey, lantern oil. Oh! Don't worry, I'll put it back. Okay, the wall was just felt the need to roar at me there. That is a pile of trash. Well, due to the cave-ins, I guess that there's nothing else to explore down here, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, crap, that's a baby crying. Don't tell me there's just gonna be like... Okay. The door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London seemed appropriate somehow. These totally strike me as, like, excerpts from some sort of book. The question is if it's, like, an original written book for this story, or if this is, like, actually some cool, creepy... Can I light the chandelier? I'm curious. I guess not. Or if it's, like, actually some creepy... I heard shouts, but I don't see anybody. Okay, so the wine cellar's down there. I'm pretty sure there was nothing at the end of that hall. Is there anything up here? Another cave-in. Ah, you can't hide from me, tinderbox. Man, we are actually sitting really pretty with the tinderboxes right now. So, I don't really recall if this game is like... Ghosts is what makes it scary. Oh, this boarded hallway, Royal Tower style. Oop, tinderbox. I don't recall if this is like a ghost kind of game. I think it's more like almost science fiction, but a very old science fiction. Archives. Is this where we came from? The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this, the young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. Wow. Reminds me of that old story they made us read in that horror unit of 7th grade reading, about called The Lottery or something, where they, like, the small town holds a lottery once a year and then just stones to death whoever wins, 'cause traditions. Okay, nope, I have not been here. And there is a door that has been ripped off of its hinges. Library. Okay, what does that mean? Rare books. I thought that was just library. I'm an idiot. Another note.
16th of May, 1839.
Algeria, 1 out of 3.
The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Game really just said, yes, would you like a little bit of Tomb of the Lost Queen to go with that Blackmore Manor? So yeah, that note said 1 out of 3, so Algeria 1 out of 3, so I'm assuming there's going to be more, and we can try to finish that story. Nothing in this dresser. That is interesting to me. Wow, we're at 9 tinderboxes. So that was Daniel reading that, which means that was a piece of Daniel's diary, and that was us recollecting catalogs in here. So going into catalogs now. Okay, this place is dark. Oh, letter. Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenberg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall be returned to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenberg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. Well, that doesn't sound occult. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Gericht. So, that strikes me like, what is that, like an indentured servant? Or would that be just an apprentice in this case? I don't know how apprenticeships worked back in this age. Regardless, we got this dude Wilhelm, who sounds like, frankly, he had a similar job to what we're doing, where it sounds like he also worked for Alexander, which I'm assuming is our relation to him as well, because that's it sounds like we're learning from him. You know, all of the different flashbacks we've had so far. So we just came through catalogs and found another way through the study, or studium, as those dang Latins would say. I hear noises. I feel like there's people up here. I don't think this game uses my microphone to listen to me like newer horror games. If it did, that'd be terrifying. But I'm just gonna keep on commentating then, despite what I think I hear. Another tinderbox.
17th of May,
2 out of 3.
1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside.
Ooh.
I was trapped.
Well, now I want to find the third one. Because something totally crazy happened to this dude Daniel when he was in Algeria. Okay, out of the study into old tomes. What is that noise? There's a piano. Where's that coming from? It's gone now. That wasn't the soundtrack. There was totally a piano playing somewhere in the distance. Rats. Man, I still vaguely remember. So long ago, I was like in the 1st or 2nd grade when PewDiePie would be playing this game, or it was the most recent thing that he had been playing. This was basically how he got his start. I think I started watching him around the classic Slender era, but Amnesia was still a pretty big meme on his channel back in the day. Local history. It won't open, it's locked. Okay, that's a new memento. What does it just say? Just find a way in? The door leading to the local history room was locked. Is there another entrance? Oh, and also we have chemical ingredients have been moved from the laboratory to the wine cellar. Yeah, we know that. Evidence in the laboratory has revealed that combining 4 chemicals can create a powerful acid. Yes. So we gotta find a way into local history. So I guess that would be documents about this town. Okay, yep, that's a piano. What the heck? Okay, that had to have... Yep, that took a chunk out of my sanity. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Also, my lantern oil's almost gone, so let's put a little bit more oil in that. Well, I heard something growling. What is that? There's still a door at the end of that hall that we haven't checked yet. That might just be where we came from. Tinderbox. I thought I saw that in my peripheral. Oh no, is that blood? Yeah, that's blood. Gotta be. Oop. Cockroach. More lamp oil. Man, we are doing very good on lamp oil. I remember that being, like, the thing that really we were always running out of when I last played this. There's another piano over here. I guess it's possible that we heard this one and not the other. Okay, so is there a back door that leads into local history somewhere? Well, there's another room over there. Oh! Okay. Well, the game is either setting me up to find a way back to where I came, or we're gonna have to get out some other way that we came in. Or some way other than how we came in. Provided no more cave-ins happen, I think I can afford a minute to explore. Floor plans. Delineate imagines tabulatis. That's funny to me. They probably had a Latin scholar helping them make this game. Imagine actually using a degree in Latin. Oh, cutscene.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Okay. That's kind of interesting to me, because, Alexander mentioned the shadow, and it sounded like we were working with him as he spoke of the shadow. So now I'm suspicious of, like... Okay, so Alexander is a bad guy, so we're led to believe. But this shadow is also a bad guy, we can assume, as we're supposed to watch out for it. Oh, I'll read that in a second. I want to finish my thought. But it's weird to me, because it sounds almost like Alexander and the shadow are not on the same side. And that's... I kind of got a different impression from, you know, what I read. That they were maybe in cahoots, that he was trying to summon or some sort of thing. So, if the shadow and Alexander are working for two different interests, maybe Alexander... no, it's too early to be conspiring if it's a twist that Alexander's actually a good guy. I don't know, that's just... Oh! Okay. What's happening? Did we run out of sanity?
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity,
So this is entry
realized
3.
It was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
We're back in the game, I can control.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
Crystal skull. Crystal skull, crystal skull, crystal skull.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
So that was the third entry of Algeria, I guess. And we found some sort of weird relic, I guess, that was weird. We'll figure that out. Fragile, but not breakable by hand. Okay, are we gonna smash through the wall? I just need to throw something at it, don't I? No, wait, let's get a chair. Oh. I heard my heartbeat for a second. What's that memento that just happened? Must find a new way out of this area. Okay, yeah, of course. Let's just bring this over. And Kobe. Okay, a little short. Okay, yep, that was easy. That was, wow. Really expected a couple of fair whacks. Oh.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Sounds like we've got a secret passageway in here somewhere. Trying to get out of here. Hello. There is a note behind this glass. Do I have to break the glass? Oh, that's one of the books for the puzzle. Can I? Let's take this with me. This can I break the glass? I don't know if this is actually something I can do. Yes, I can. Get out of your crate. What is this? Local folklore. Oh, I like this music. Alstad and Brennenberg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Alstad, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenberg. The quiet, forest-clad mountains, dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local, and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. Hang on, I actually want to take my time and read this. I never found this document before. This is fascinating to me. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. Okay, well, I know nothing about European history, so I'm not even sure when that was. I guess it's not the 100 Years' War, which I think was... I don't even know when that was. Jane Penverlin knows more than me. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them, disfigured and empty of essence. Many have sighted them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstad at the... I probably pronounced that word wrong. I have no idea what an erudite is. Visited Alstad at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? Wait, so this guy visited Alstad, which I'm assuming is where this place is, because this is local history is what this room is entitled. And he disappeared into the woods and was then pronounced dead 10 years later in his hometown after claiming he never visited this place. Okay, this is the final one. The Immortal Baron. Ooh. The Baron of Brennenberg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to the lineage and heritage, therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. Okay, that is the second mention we have heard of the Order of the Black Eagle. I'm going to light this because I have some thoughts. That's the second mention we've had now of the Order of the Black Eagle. It sounds like it's some sort of secret society, some Illuminati stuff. I don't know what to make of that, though, because Order of the... I mean, it sounds like this local history, which he had locked away, or not really locked away, but on display. But it was behind a glass case. I can't figure out if he was trying to put that out for the world to see or keep it away, assuming that that was Alexander's choice that it was there. Regardless, it sounds like there's speculation that this dude, Alexander of Brennenberg, is immortal. Or is at least 300 years old. Being an alchemist, I wouldn't put it past him. Especially in a science fiction like this. Okay, so basically there are special lever books in this bookcase. And we have to move fast or else they'll run out. It's these light green books. Oh, just those three? Hey, this door wasn't here before, was it? Wait, no, I'm confused. What opened? Did this open? Oh, that's still locked? Okay, then I guess it was that room at the end of the hall. Okay, let's check for some tinder boxes and lamp oil. Nothing. We have a key. Wines... What? Can I shut this with... Yeah, I can shut this with me in it. I'm not sure if that's the wind or if that's footsteps. I guess it's nothing. I'm gonna shut this door just to be safe. Never mind, there is no door. A draft and a faint light are coming from behind this shelf. There must be a way in. Oh, okay, so that's how I was supposed to figure that out in the first place, I guess. But yeah, we just found a key to the wine cellar. So I guess that, like, yeah, we couldn't even have gone to the wine cellar if we wanted to. That's convenient that we're here first. And a letter. Regarding the closing of the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough. Okay, Wilhelm, we know that name. Wilhelm is the indentured servant who we found his contract a little bit ago. And he's supposed to work for Alexander for 3 years or something. His fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. What? Wait. That kind of sounds like... never mind, let's move on. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenberg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. So hang on. This is, okay, so, these guys, Wilhelm, they are being made to do some kind of dirty work, it sounds like. And Alexander, who I'm assuming wrote all these notes that don't have a title, seeing as this is his estate, he knows that it's dirty work, and he's being investigated. This door is open now. This door was not open before. More oil. I am 102% sure this door was very well locked before. I'm not going to question it. Was there anything... What the Oh my god. What was that? I am positive that doesn't happen. I thought that there wasn't... Okay, well, we just got our first look at, the famous monsters of Amnesia. Oh my god, that really made my hair stand on end, to be honest with you. Do I want to go after it? I don't think there's a reason I can't leave right now. I remember this game taking a very long time before you see the first monster. I'm not sure. Walk it off, walk it off. Okay, it's in here with me. And now I hear distant piano again. We came through the study. That's what I remember. So if that's the local books. Oh, okay, now the study's locked. What am I supposed to do? Okay, I could see where the door was kicked off of its hinges. I'm just gonna make a run for it, man. I took the game's advice. I followed all of its instructions, and now I am severely immersed in this. And I'm quite spooked, if I'm being honest. I don't know how loud the audio is for you guys, but it's pretty intense with these headphones. Okay, screw it. Let's go. It was done, the men said. The tomb had been revealed. Tin Hinan awaits, grinned the toothless foreman. That's a creepy picture. That is some... Wow, that is some as above, so below stuff. Not that bad of a movie, to be honest with you. Oh! What is... I am getting dead-end road vibes with all this red, fleshy stuff. What was that? Did I just take damage? All is good. Maybe I should jump over it? Parkour! Okay, wow, so... I've played through that almost recently, I think. I definitely missed some things the first time. Again, I haven't made it that far into this game, ever. But I did not remember encountering one of those things that early on. So that was an unpleasant surprise. Well, we have the key to the wine cellar. So I guess we'll go ahead and see what we can see down there.